Alright, hello everybody, hello, I guess. Welcome to finals of the Meloera Draft League. Um, yeah, we're here after the far hard-fought battle last week uh, against, Onishi Banet. We made it here through sweat and blood, but we're here. Anyways, yeah, we're facing Cherryman Cake and his Clarksville Celesteelas. He was the first seed on the overall season. He's also undefeated, so you can probably tell how am I feeling about this game. On top of that, I don't feel super confident about my prep. Normally, I never do mocks anymore. I used to do mocks for games, but I never do mocks anymore. I did one mock for this game. It was very I mean, I did win it, but it was I don't think my mock partner prep really hard for it, which I don't blame them. They really didn't have much time. And on top of that, this is not a rematch, which is interesting because I hate rematches, but because this is not a rematch, I really don't know how to approach Cherry's team. Obviously, they have an extremely good team. They were the overall first seed on the entire thing. So, it makes sense, I guess, that they have one of the better teams. So yeah, like I said, I'm not super confident on my prep, but at the end of the day, I think we're just gonna try to wing it, to be honest, because at this point, it is the end of the road. Only one more game for both of us, regardless. So yeah. Anyways, a couple of things I do have to, I guess, remember this. I have faced Jerry a few times. Always memorable games. But I also I am part of his front office, so I do see his prep process. Kinda. I try to help sometimes, and also I want to say I understand how he plays. He's a very good player. Obviously, you wouldn't be in the finals if you were him. But at the same time, he's kind of like a safe player. He always tries to make the safe level, mid-ground play, which if I'm going to try to beat him, I'm going to have to try to take advantage of that. So that is also a very important thing to say. More often than not, the times that I seen him lose is usually whenever his opponents are able to caught him off guard. So I don't know if I have anything that is going to necessarily caught him off guard, but I'm for sure going to try to do it. I cannot play a balanced game versus him and his team because his team is just a balanced team, while mine is, of course, a Sun. But I shouldn't be talking about things without showing you. So here's the matchup. My team is pretty much the same that has been the entire season, except the Levani that I got at the last second. His team has gone through a few changes. He did drop an Overquill. Oh, sorry, he's suing Quillfish and a belly ball at some point, which actually I'm quite happy. Belly ball is kind of annoying for my team. But he did pick up things like Sinistra and Lantern, which are actually quite annoying for my team. Yes, grass type is annoying for a Sun team. That damn thing has hit proof. So, yeah. Anyways, like I was saying before, my team is more of a hyper offense team. Song, coming, destroy everything, try to win, call it a day. His team is more of a balanced offense team, which is really hard to kill with the stupid light score, especially because it's Terra. And then there is a Jirachi, there is a Cyclizar, the Regenerator, he's been using very well. There is a Sinesha, of course, there's Lantern, and then he has another terrifying Terra Captain option and Ceruledge, which matches pretty good versus Sun because he has access to Flash Fire. So he can become essentially whatever time he wants, and he will be immune to fire. That's provided that he wants to go with that option, of course, which I'm pretty sure he will. That would be the smart thing to do. And last but not least, of course, they have the first round pick overall in the entire thing on the Iron Valiant, which is great. It's funny that during this entire season, the things that have given me the most problems seem to have been fast electric types that can terrestrialize into fairies. You saw that with the Jolty on quarterfinals. You saw that with Regieleki during regular season, not so much during the semifinals, but still, it was a big concern to prep for. Because my team, even though it's a Sun team, interestingly enough, is not the best against fairies. So of course he has the best fairy in the game, freaking Iron Battling, which is also fast, and outspeeds my entire team. So, yeah. Anyways, like I said, I don't know how we're gonna approach this. I think I am bringing a little bit of a different team that I have bringing the rest of the season. Although it's a Sun team, right? How many times can you run it different? However, at the same time, I do need to play different. Cherry knows how I play. In a lot of ways, I am a lot like him that I like to make middle ground plays to be safe and not regrets, whatever. However, that being known, I need to. If I want to win this game, I'm not gonna win this game on prep. I need to outplay him. So, no, that's what it is. It's really hard, but we'll give it our best shot. So, as far as what I think they're gonna bring, I mean, the only thing I know they're not gonna bring is the Sneasel. Other than that, literally anything could come. The Weezing is particularly annoying for Kratos, but it is what it is if it comes. It does wall the Kratos, but at the same time, it's kind of useless versus everything else. It says maybe Gambit, depending on what I am. So that's an option. Comfy, I don't think it comes. I mean, yes, fairies are good against me, but it's kind of redundant versus having Iron Battling on his team. But it could come. So if I'm them, I'm thinking that the ones that are gonna come are Valiant for sure. Gliscor, of course. Cerulege, more than likely. Larios, much like with Onisi, he will probably have to bring Larios, Scarlarios to guarantee outspeed. They have a switch, quote unquote, into Walking Wake and also outspeed it. I can see him bringing the Cyclizar. He loves not to have to deal with hazards, and that thing is actually pretty decent. Especially given how fast it is and access to spin and regenerator versus fire moves on the Sun thing can put on work. I could see him bringing Sinistra even though it's a grass type and I have a King Gambit because besides King Gambit it's pretty good versus pretty much everything else on the team. And I could see him bringing Lantern. I feel like Lantern. Now that I think about it, let me see how the Sinistra takes the hits versus my Walking Wake. We're gonna go ahead and do some light prepping here for all of you. Sinistra, Calm Mind, in the Sun. Yeah, no, you're not taking my hits in the Sun. Even if you are like totally specially defensive. Yeah, okay, cool. So I feel like the Lantern needs to come to be annoying to Walking Wake. Because with a special defense it says it actually walls Walking Wake to a degree. So yeah, like I said, I will be happy not to see the Cyclizar, to be honest with you. I will be happy to not see Larios. I think Jirachi comes. He just loves his freaking hazards. And I don't know that he wants Gliscor to be his hazard this game because I do have a Hatterene. So, but then again, Hatterene is Terra available. But the problem with Terra Hatterene is that if I Terra, I cannot Terra King Gambit, and King Gambit desperately needs to Terra this game. So anyways, like I said, I don't know what he's gonna bring, but I am gonna give it my best shot. So let me show you what I'm bringing. Okay, like I said, I don't know that this is my best prep, but it is what it is. First off, we're bringing the Captain Kratos, of course, was always gonna come. We're gonna bring Booster Energy, I think for the first time this whole season. And you're gonna see a lot of the items on my Pokemon are consumable items because that kinda sorta stops Cerulege from at least clicking Poltergeist, which is actually pretty decent to me. I mean, I do have a Snorlax, but it does get close combat and it also gets access to Terra, so I don't know how much of a check that is. Anyways, this is booster attack because we just wanna come in and break with this thing. Ice Spinner, of course, is for Gliscor and Larios. Headlong Rush is pretty much everything else. Steel Rocks is because rocks are just very useful this game. He only has one spinner that, I don't know, could come, could not. I am decently bulky to be able to switch into to leave 2 ice beams from a lantern if I have to, and then set up rocks, or get up a rapid spin. The faster we get him to use his Terra into something, the better we can play around. But honestly, I don't think that Kratos is going to do much this game. I think that he's just going to be able to come in and maybe get a little bit of chip and set up rocks, or get rid of hazards for me. But outside of that, I'm not expecting him to do a whole lot. Now, I am bringing Sun, but it would be nice to not have to... It would be nice to be able to bring this without the Sun app and, immediately get the power of the booster energy. And it's a consumable item, so pretty decent to come in front of a Cerulege, especially after a Terra from if the Glyxco already Terra. So anyways, that's going to be Pokemon number 1. Pokemon number 2 is going to be Seth Rollins, our Walking Wake. My opponent, we're bringing the Life Orb, of course, because we like to switch moves, and a pretty similar set to what we brought last week as far as moves, all the same moves. However, we are going to be booster special attack on the Sun this week. My opponent does have a Latios and an Iron Valiant, which can outspeed this thing with his Scarf or booster energy. So I don't see much point on, trying to outspeed and sweep with this, because it's just not going to do it. If I can remove a few items or set up rocks, this actually does pretty decent damage on the Sun to anything that wants to switch in. And then, we can try to pivot around if they bring in switch-ins and whatnot. Also, getting the special attack boost plus the Life Force is actually really good damage output. We are fast enough just to speed the Jirachi at max speed, and everything else is, a little bit bulk and special attack. Pokemon number 3 is going to be our Soundwave, the Iron Moth. Pretty much, this is the easiest set of all time. It's just max attack, max special attack. As you can see, I am agility with Meteor Beam. I have a huge Formure syndrome in this Pokemon. I really wish I could run Dazzling Gleam, but realistically, I feel like I need the double stuff. I can't see a Terra Grass Cerulege coming, or a Terra Water, which doesn't get super effectively hit by a Sludge Wave, but it does. At least gives me a staff. Dazzling Gleam literally does nothing, and it does marginally more damage to Latios than a Sludge Wave, so maybe with a little bit of hazards we don't need to worry about that. We are Meteor Beam because I don't want the Cerulege to be free switching into this all the time, and plus it gives us the ability to break a lot of things. Like, I believe a Glycor switching into this will die, unless it's like super bulky, will die to a Meteor Beam into a Fire Blast in the Sun. If it is not bulky, if it is just offensive, then you should die to a Meteor Beam plus either Fire Blast or Sludge Wave. So, comes to that. And agility is just filler in case I need it for the end game to outspeed everything on their team, basically, including the Iron Valiant. I don't think it will come up, but during the mug it did, so we'll keep it. Realistically, keeping Dazzling Gleam will only help versus Cyclizar, which I'm never one-shotting. And Latios, but I will need to be guaranteed faster on it. Granted, Latios can be faster than Latios can be faster than Walking Wake, but it doesn't need to be 350. It can be 349, as you can see. Walking Wake max speed is 348, so maybe they make a mistake and just outspeed him by 1 point for a little bit of bulk. Then it doesn't come to an speed die. I just outspeed it and kill it, or chip it at least. I don't know. We'll see how this works out. It is really hard though, because it does have a lot of things that could potentially put a stop to a sweep of this. So again, this is not meant to sweep, this is just meant to break. One more time. Pokemon number 4 is going to be our Terra Capitan this week, Genghis Khan, with Terra Poison, because I need to check Valiant somehow, some way. At the same time, Valiant does get access to Psychic, so we have to be very careful on that mind game. That being said, Cherry is the kind of man to prepare with stuff like Anchor. So this is why we're bringing Mental Air for this game. We haven't brought Mental Air since week 2. So hopefully this week this will catch him off guard. Granted, he could run Destiny Bond to get rid of this Pokemon, but exchanging this Pokemon for Iron Valiant seems pretty good to me. So I'll take that as well. We are just your regular King Gambit set with Ironhead, Sucker Punch, Swords Dance, and Cleave. I do not like having to run Terra Poison versus a Gliscor, but you know, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Gliscor, I feel like does need to be defensive enough to deal with other Pokemons that I don't know if he can exclusively get dedicated to for this Pokemon. So hopefully, if I can grab him like a little bit weakened, by the time this comes in, we could end up beating a 1v1. Although I do take a lot from Earthquake, but you know, it is what it is. Pokemon number 5 is gonna be a QB, the Ninetales. I am bringing Jetpack this week. I haven't bring a Jetpack Ninetales the entire season. Throughout the season, I have realized that on a Sun team, the Sun being up for as long as possible is the most important part. But realistically, on this team, I don't care about the Sun too much, other than having Walking Way coming and at least be able to click moves for 3 turns. Iron Moth doesn't need it, and Great Toss doesn't need it. And I'm not bringing Lilligant to this game. So a Jetpack should actually be better, especially given that he has a decent amount of switches to this. I can overheat, lower my special attack, and switch. And hopefully, I mean, if he switches something like Lantern into this, I could potentially switch out into Great Toss and put him on an acro position of either taking a Hello Rush or having to try to tank a booster attack ice move with their Gliscor. Memento is because, as you can see, I have a Swords Dance and an Agility set up on, so Memento is going to be our move of choice. Anchor is great, but I don't think he's going to allow me to anchor him, and I don't see many things setting up on this, except the Cerulege, which is why we have Foul Play for. I didn't run Foul Play versus the Dragapult team. I'm sure that he has seen that game. I don't know that I know that he gets it, and I don't know that he knows that he gets it. So, you know, if Cerulege ever tries to come in on us on an overhit, we can Foul Play, and potentially, if there's rocks up and they take damage, or they take a little bit of damage, depending on how much invested they are, Foul Play could one-shot them, at best two-shot them. I have enough investment to not get two-shotted by a Bitter Blade. Hopefully, I had to be very careful in the interaction though, Flash Fire and Shadow Sneak. But yeah, and Baton Pass, of course, is for the momentum. We always want that sweet, sweet momentum. It's not, I don't think it's going to be great in this game, but at the same time, I really couldn't use any other moves. I had to be very careful how I play this Pokemon. The problem is, Ninetales can really not attack a whole lot. I shouldn't be attacking with Ninetales. I should be mostly coming in, taking momentum, and try to get out, because it could lose me a lot of positioning. So yeah. And last but not least is going to be our Tor, the Thunderous Incarnate, holding a Citrus Berry. I know, weird. Shout out to Jay Ricky, I guess. We are bringing a physically offensive Thunderous. Oh, I do need to change this to Jolai right before the game, so I will do it after this. This is going to be my lead, no matter what. The idea, hopefully the idea is that either they live with Gliscor and get knockoff, or they live with something else, fear a Thunder Wave, and then be knock off the Gliscor, or even knocking off either a Solves or leftovers on the Lantern will be actually quite useful. Outside of that, Ton is to stop them from trying to hazard stack me. Watch any of Cherry's videos. He's so giddy about hazards. He loves hazards. Thunder Wave is to, you know, cripple his fast Pokemon, which are annoying. Could give him some opportunities for slow momentum, but it is what it is. And Acrobatics, of course, it actually clicks pretty freaking hard after I consume my berry. So that could help out. We'll see. Anyways, like I said, this is 100% my lead. I do guarantee leave a Draco Meteor from a Choice Scarf Latios, because it cannot run Modest. So we will knock it off at least, and potentially, you know, get something else. This Pokemon requires a lot of 50-50 decisions from my opponent, so we'll see. Worst case scenario will be like a freaking weakness policy Jirachi, which, I mean, it could come, but I don't know that it comes. We'll see what happens. This is my lead no matter what, and probably clicking knockoff turn 1 no matter what. I may consider going for a ton depending on what they have, but you don't understand the amount of value that I get from knocking off the Toxic Ore on the Gliscor. It is immense. It is ridiculous. So yeah, hopefully we can catch him off guard. He does like to make his predictions to getting Gliscor safe, so double knocking is never, not necessarily an option versus him when if the Gliscor hasn't activated his orb yet. So I will have to consider that in mind. A little bit of Form Mode Syndrome as well. I would love to click Ball Switch, but you know, this Pokemon's kind of dead on the water after knocking off the Gliscor, or if I don't manage to knock it off before it gets its Toxic Orb. So yeah. Anyways, that is gonna be the team for finals. Like I said, I'm not crazy about my prep this week. I wish I could have prepped better, but realistically, I just couldn't come up with anything else, man. This is just I cannot visualize how this game is gonna go. There are many variables. I don't have a clear win com other than maybe Gambit at the end if I play it really well. But you know, Cherry is no slouch. He will, I'm sure he will be prepared for it somehow, some way. I just hope that it is, you know, his choice of that is just going for Encore. But anyways, that's gonna be it. We'll see you in the game. Bye for now. All right, we are searching for Cherry. As I see, they are bringing Terra Gliscor and Terra Ceruledge. Hopefully we can find it soon, so we can get to it. But yeah, they have a lot of fairies. Lots of fairies, lots of fairies. I mean, that was to be expected, right? But yeah. Hopefully this is a fun game without any hacks, yada yada yada. And here we go. Okay. I did say that I will be happy if I didn't see Cyclizar or Lantern, and they're both here. Which is a little bit annoying, but you know, it is what it is. Plan is always been the same, right? We're gonna lead Tor, and we're gonna try to knock off turn 1. Yeah, I was... Jirachi could have come, but you know, it wasn't never a guarantee. Yeah, no. Ceruledge Winter Fairy means that foul play is not the hottest. That being said, it is a play. Because I can knock both Terra, the Gliscor, and the Ceruledge. But if I knock off the Toxic Orb somehow, some way, then they probably will be tearing off the Ceruledge. I am glad that I put did put a Sludge Wave on you, though, although having that Singling, that's come back to bite a little. I think it is what it is, right? Anyways, we're just gonna give it some time to analyze and gather our thoughts. We know who is leading, so yeah, we can go ahead. Cherry may have with the whole minute as well. Bad leads. I mean, there are a couple leads that they're not the best, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. Let's pull out my card thing here. Oh, they leave with this. Okay, immediately. All right. Cool. Cool. Yep. Cool stuff. We will go for the knockoff. If they protect, they protect. If they set up rocks, they set up rocks. But getting off a knockoff will be amazing. They could be protect. You could always be protect, which is its own thing. But we'll see what happens. They're definitely thinking about it. They're definitely thinking about it. Shin. They're not gonna protect. Perfect! Oh, we get rid of this stupid toxic. Oh, it's not toxic orb. What in the world, dude? Okay. 301 to 99. 301 minus 99. It did 202. So it will kill me with another hit. But I know that you are not rocks. So I could potentially go to you. They could. You're not rocks on this. You could be rocks on something else. How much will my acrobatics do? Thunderous versus glide score. Knock off it. That much. My acrobatics will do 37. Okay, not the best. I think we go into you. I'm gonna go to Great Toss. You shouldn't have rocks, given that, you know, you shouldn't have rocks, given that for it, they're gonna rock slide. That is fine. Okay, so this is a very, very, very free ice spinner, right? Even if you Terra the glide score here, even if you're 252, Terra Fairy, the glide score with Terra Blast, you will two-shot me. No, Great Toss. Great Toss is not a two-shot actually, unless you're adamant. So we'll go for the ice spinner. Okay, so Ceruledge is not gonna Terra. That is very good to know. This may be faster than my Great Toss. We will see. We will see. I am faster than you. That is fantastic. That did plenty damage. It's just gonna Terra Blast. Yeah, that could be a two-shot. So I could go for the Headlong Rush here, or I could go for the Stealth Rock. Glide score, Terra Fairy, Ice Spinner did damage. So you're not super defensive. The Headlong Rush will kill you. So I could make the play here. Your Terra Blast 200, 183. There's a 50-50. Gonna Headlong Rush. Please kill it. Thank you. Okay. Great Toss putting in the finest of work. Holy cow. Fantastic job, Great Toss. We get rid of the glide score in turn 3, 4, whatever. Okay. That's pretty good. I'm pretty easily revengeable here though, unfortunately, but you know, that is what it is, right? That is what it is. Don't really have a switch to Latios right now. Latios, I mean, it's Choice Scar versus Ninetales. Your Psychic Noise or Luster Perch. Oh, we go to this guy. Okay, why do we go to this guy? I feel like I can just go into you now. Are you gonna Draco eject pad? I mean, that will be a play. But he might be wanting me to do that. I think we are gonna do it though. I'm a little bit confused why we went into that though. In any case, we are gonna go to the QB. Is it gonna be a U-turn? Maybe Hyper. That does nothing. Okay. Coolio. Hyper Voice. Which means I can potentially go into the Moth. I could Baton Pass. I could. 349 to 259. 250. That's 90, right? Ninetales versus Cyclizar. Solves. I think I do have to Baton Pass. Yeah, I should be slower than you. I'm gonna Baton Pass. We'll see what happens. Yeah, taunting. Okay. I mean, that is fine, I suppose. Yeah, I cannot Baton Pass. I'm fortunate. I could overhit. It gives me some time though. So let me see. Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice tells me that they did 90. So you're not invested. You're not a Solves though, which is good to know. I could go for the foul play. I could go for something else. Could go for the overhit. He may expect me to switch though. I'm gonna go for the overhit. Okay. Coolio. You can catch the overhit. That's 50% to you. That is fantastic. Gonna get the eject pack going. I feel like I can go into you. They will have to go into... They will have to go into Lantern. That is fine, right? Alright, let's go into Soundwave. Okay. Yeah. I mean, they're always gonna go into Lantern probably, or they could just double H here, which will be annoying, but you know, it is what it is, right? Let's go for the Sludge Wave. See what happens. That Sunglim actually will be pretty good here. Okay, I withdraw. Are we going to the Lantern? Miss a Rose. Sounds like a Lantern. It is you. That is very interesting. Okay. Cannot terrestrialize this Pokemon anymore. Nessa Rose. I wonder what that is a reference to. It is pretty especially offensive though. I don't know. I don't want to stop watching because I don't want to miss anything. But on the sun, this thing is pretty dangerous. Pretty dangerous. Okay. We're gonna charge it. We're gonna use our Meteor. Use our Herb. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. Wow. That is some crazy prep. That is so crazy prep. Nice, Jerry, nice. Literally is gonna do a ton. Yep. Yeah, no, that is some crazy good prep. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Yeah, so do I do it again? No. I mean, another Vita Relay outside the sun is not doing a whole lot, I feel. How much is it doing to Kratos? Kratos versus Serlech. It's not Life Orb, obviously. I mean, Iron Moth will not die to another one, right? Iron Moth, Soundwave. Yep. I had 20 seconds. Iron Moth, Custom Set. I shouldn't die to another one. So I think I just go for the Sludge Wave. That's good damage. Psycho cut. Huh. You could have gone that for that last turn. That's very interesting. Okay. Right, so if I go Great Toss here versus this Zero Edge, my Ice Spinner. Oh, I wasted my booster speed. I can actually go Ninetales. I could go you instead of Rocks, but then I die. Problem is he can go like I can actually go to you. He will Shadow Sneak though. Interesting predicament. Okay, we're gonna go to toss. I feel like Ice Spinner. I feel like you're in a spinner range. Without the boosted energy, it's hard to tell though. Iron Moth. Pure Charty. So you definitely have some investment. So I kinda have to Headlong Rush. I'm gonna Ice Spinner. Oh my god, dude. Oh. Well, sir, you're slower than me. Right. So I'm gonna stop rocking you, I guess. Psycho. Interesting though. Destiny Bond of all things. Huh. Yeah, no, I see. 183. I'm gonna take a good chunk of damage here, fortunately. Yep. Right. We chose a spinner here though, right? Yeah. Okay, so he never had a sneak. Good to know. That did allows me to set up Rocks though, which we'll take. The Wizard. Mr. U. Would you kill me with a Rapid Spin? Great Toss versus Mr. Cyclizar. Rapid Spin will do 49 if you're not invested in Jawline. But I feel you're timid. Just go for the Headlong Rush, man. Yeah. Okay. I don't have anything faster than it. So are you killing our guy? Tundurus with Hyper Voice. You shouldn't, considering your investment. So we're gonna go to Tor. I'm gonna try to Thunder Wave you. The most annoying part about this Pokemon is how fast it is, to be honest. Definitely thinking about it. Alright, you're gonna let me Thunder Wave you. That's good for me. That means that Walking Wake has a little bit of a easier time with you now. Alright, they do a little bit of damage, that's fine. Knockoff will be better, or an acrobatics. I feel like a knockoff will be better. So we're gonna go for it. Because if it is something like overhit white herb, that's just gonna be annoying. Or the other one, I guess. They could go for the spin here, which I'm giving him the opportunity to, but you know, it's gonna be what's gonna be, right? Cyclists are... yeah, knockoff should do a good chunk anyway. Acrobatics will have to be shot at, but... we will see. We will see. We will see, we will see. Okay, we knock off your heavy duty boots. They're gonna taunt me, okay. Cool. Cool. We go for the acrobatics here. This thing should kill you. And it does. Okay. So that takes care of that guy. So they don't want me paralyzing whatever they're gonna send. Which is absolutely fair. Completely respect it and get it. Ninetales is gonna be getting sacked soon though. Larios shouldn't kill the walking wake with one, right? One luster perch. Yeah, there is no Larios. Okay, so I took rock damage, so I could go into you, see what they tried to do, and then potentially go into you, or go back into you and try to paralyze and do stuff. 172 on QB. I have to see how much damage they do. They're not heavy duty boots on this zone, so let's let you know. Going to the QB. Set up the zone 1 last time. And Lester perch. Oh, I actually leave it on 1. Cool. Cool. I mean, that's fine. It doesn't make the biggest of difference. I could go to you and save your Sazak now, but then if you expect me to do that, that would be bad. There's no much else that I'm gonna be able to use you for. So I'm gonna Baton Pass. See what happens. Yeah, they just lost the bridge. I was at 132. Larios versus... So we go to you. Go to you. We can knock off the item on the thing. On the lantern. Well, that I could confirm that it's choice scarf though. I think I had to go to you. Okay. Hopefully he misses that I'm a special attack. Either way, we go for the Dragon Pulse. And hope that it is indeed Scarf. Okay, they're gonna switch out into the Lantern, I hope. That sounds like a Lantern. That is a Lantern. Takes that. Take the Dragon Pulse. Okay. So I'm pretty sure a Draco will kill you from here. Walking Wake versus Lantern. Rest Dog. Yeah. It looks pretty close. So let's go for it. Ah, damn. It's going to volume, isn't it? Yep, that is volume. No, I get it. I completely get it. It is boosted energy, okay. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. 100% die to this. Thunderous. Let me see. Thunderous versus Iron Body. Versus this lantern, actually. It's putting me in an awkward position. Because I can sack Thunderous here. I can sack Thunderous here, then go to you. They force me into doing that. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this, unfortunately. So you'll see my logic in a bit. Gonna Moonblast into the Thunderous, which is fine. Sunlight Fates, which is okay. Force me into going into you. Terastallizing to kill the Lantern. Then they go to Latios. Then I have to go back into the thing and try to catch him on a trick. In any case, do I go for the Ironhead? My King Gambit. It should be faster than this Lantern. In theory, it is. I cannot afford to go for Card on Cleave here, although I could. I'm not doing anything to this guy though. How much am I doing to the Lantern? How much are you doing to an Iron Valiant? Iron Valiant. I'm gonna go for the Arrowhead. He's staying. He's. Oh shit. He forced me to do that. Perfectly fair. Perfectly fair. Crit. Nice. Yep. So here we had to go for the Ironhead. Yep. Kill the Valiant. Could have him. Iron Valiant. Mix. Currently with 4 Falling Allies. Yeah, Claw was. Currently was gonna do nothing. They could go Latios here. They could very much go Latios. Fafnir. That is the Latios. That is indeed the Latios. Maybe I did the play too fast, maybe I didn't. They are the same. Okay, So I just lose to this now, right? Yep. There's no way I'm leaving Larios. I'm gonna assume that you're Soldu with Dragon Pulse, King Gambit, if you are Luster Perch, which you show me that you are. Terra Poison. I lose to this. Okay. Well, GG's to Cherryman. They play the Yankee brilliantly. I just couldn't do anything to it. I just have to hope that it wasn't. But the sub is just the tech that always just gets. Then Gambit. Should I go for the Hydra Sting? I will have killed the Luster Perch. Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yep. The thing is, he can afford to set up a couple more subs. I really can't do nothing about that. We just keep going for it, I guess. Yeah, and Gambit is just cooked. Yeah, I'm never leaving out. Never leaving one. I mean, your play is always to solve. But if you want to go for it, just end it. That's fine. And you are in range to be able to sub at least 2 more times, which completes the Cook's mean. But you know, it is what it is, right? Cherry, there's no reason for you to be thinking about this so much. Just go for it. Yep. That should end it. GG's, man. Like I said, figuring out this team was a little bit hard. I don't know. Have I been a different Terra type, maybe I would have had a chance. Let me see. If I was Terra Fire. But the combination of the other guy would have just done it. Iron Valiant. Close combat will have done 50%, and the Larios will have the Luster Perch will have done it, right? Luster Perch. Yeah, the crit didn't help. Anyways, GG's, man. It was a fun game. I want to say I brought it pretty close. I want to say I brought it pretty close. If I sucker punch at the end, I guess I win. But, you know, I didn't. It's 50-50. I feel like they didn't need to make it, so maybe I should have thought about it a little bit longer. But yeah, that was a good game. Anyways, that was a fun season. We're going to take the runner-up again. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.